What?
What if we actually liked you? What if we were dating for a while?
Why did you like him?
What if we were dating for a while?
Why did you like him?
What if we were dating for 10 years?
Why did you like him?
I don't know. What if he was like a good person at the time we met him?
Women don't like nice guys. She already explained that earlier.
Oh shit!
That's not all the time.
Crazy.
That's not for every woman.
Oh, you date nice guys?
Yeah, I have.
Where's he at now?
He's still in my text messages. You want to check my phone?
Okay, why aren't you with him then?
Huh?
Why aren't you with him then? Thank you for proving my point.
That doesn't prove anything.
Y'all just take a straight L, man. This is too easy.
You say being a sex worker is easy, but look at I know you love statistics. How come most OnlyFans women don't earn a living off
because
of that?
they don't
make a lot
because
of money.
they don't care about money. They like attention, and that was the big thing when I interviewed a bunch off of interviewing a bunch of OnlyFans models, and they'll tell you that. A lot of them do. They say, I just enjoy taking off my clothes on camera.
Well, let's hear from somebody who has experience. Do you want to respond to that?
That's absolutely not true. I mean, just to use my anecdotal experience, I didn't even have social media before I started OnlyFans. I didn't have an Instagram. I do not care about attention. I just wanted to make a lot of money, which is why people do OnlyFans. Why would they want to get attention? A lot of it's negative, too. A lot of people hate you. A lot of people think no one's going to marry you, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe those things, but I'm also able to advocate for, I'm a lawyer, so I'm more gifted in being able to combat that rhetoric. These girls are not. And a lot of these girls that are going into this, I'm the exception. They don't have other options. They're not super educated. They don't have other avenues to try to make a living. And then a lot of them, when they do go in this, when you say it's easy, it's not easy to make a ton of money on OnlyFans. I had to do a ton of marketing. I had no social media following ahead of it. You could say, okay, well, you look a certain way or whatever, but a lot of the women that enter this, if it was so easy, they wouldn't be not making money.
Well, I would disagree that there's no other option. You guys can get jobs just like the men. And number two, I look at what people say versus what they do. You might say that you didn't care about attention, but I look at the way you behave and dress, and it would indicate otherwise.
That's considered a real job to you, Pearl.
And you're more scantily clad.
Okay.
So why? What are you looking for? Attention?
Ooh. Okay, let's not do personal attacks. It's not really going to work out for us. Let's move on.
Welcome back to another video on MGTOW Voice. Today, we're diving into the ongoing intellectual discourse between men and women activists and the ways they defend their positions on gender issues and their personal choices. We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic. Drop your comments down below. Whether you agree, disagree, or just want to add to the conversation, we value your input. Also, if you want to help support the channel and ensure we can keep making content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us grow and reach more people who are interested in these discussions. Thanks for being part of the MGTOW Voice community.
You might as well go fuck every guy in Miami.
I completely and utterly disagree.
Especially if you have an OnlyFans, make a bag off it. Fuck it.
Let me tell you what. Obviously, I'm not a female.
I made $1 million off of it.
But if only $1 million. Is that
No, not only $1 million. I said.
The sad truth is a lot of these women regret their choices down the road. It's like they didn't see the bigger picture when they went against their natural instincts. Time catches up with you, and when it does, it's not kind. I just can't wrap my head around how some of these adult film actresses don't see the inevitable consequences of their actions, especially when it comes to finding a life partner. The chances of finding someone who will truly accept them are slim to none.
You, my dear, are a appreciating asset. So every day that goes by, you're going to be less and less beautiful. And at some point, there's going to be a history of you doing that. As beautiful as you are, you're stunning. But no man that is going to be in your league is going to put up with it. And so the question is, if you were truly in love and you had true desire for a man that would put his foot down with you and tell you how it was going to be, would you or would you not give up your OnlyFans?
No, I wouldn't. Same way if I wanted to really.
Then you do not genuinely desire that man.
Let's talk about the decisions some women make. For instance, some women openly admit they only participate in certain online activities to make money. But don't they realize the long-term consequences of those choices? Why not look for a different way to earn a living? Couldn't they use their education, like a law degree, to help others? Or maybe consider starting a small business or landing a regular job? Why put yourself out there like that when there are other paths to financial stability that don't require compromising your dignity?
I would disagree just because there are a lot of problems when you have kids that are coming from single mother homes. So I think you should be sexually responsible and only have kids with someone that is going to
I know people who personally have had children with men who they thought were really good people, and then either it didn't work out, either they were a widow, or either something just happened to where they became a single mom. You don't know anybody's full story.
A lot of times women are getting pregnant from guys they're not even in real relationships with.
Why are you blaming the mothers and not the men? What about men practicing sexual responsibility? You have anything to say about that?
I'm curious, Pearl, what's the point you're trying to make, that most single mothers could have prevented being in that situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a
Just
single
like the
mother.
fathers couldn't have, kept it in their pants, right? Right?
Men should be sexually responsible too.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, when there's an accidental pregnancy, women have the choice to get an abortion. Men don't have the choice to get a financial abortion.
Not every woman has a choice.
So women have more choice. Okay, what is stopping a woman from getting an abortion
Laws.
in the U.S.?
Laws.
Now let's talk about single mothers. Nothing could be worse for a child than growing up in a broken home, where the mother divorces the father and fails to provide a nurturing, secure, and stable environment. In the most basic sense, that's already a failure. The mother's number one priority will always be her child, and understandably so. But in doing so, you'll never be the first priority in her life. Why choose to marry someone who's always going to be second? Unless you find satisfaction in playing that role, which seems a bit twisted.
Trying to be masculine. So they're trying to remove what masculinity is today and replace it by a version of femininity that is masculine.
Who's they?
Feminists.
Oh, got it.
I thought that's who we were talking about.
Got it. Nah.
When it comes to feminism, it's done a lot of harm to women in the West. Many women bought into the idea of complete independence from men, but now they're realizing they might have taken it too far. They're dissatisfied with their careers, becoming more isolated, and some even end up alone with a bunch of cats.
Are against anything that's actually masculine.
So they're trying to get rid of it, is what you say.
But I think it's more than that. They're kind of replacing it. They're kind of trying to redefine what masculinity is. So, you know what? Probably the better answer is traditional masculinity is being replaced by something that is not masculine at all.
Well, and the question is, how do you raise masculine men? You need fathers in the home to teach them it. And feminism have given incentives to take the father out of the home.
And do you want to give us a few examples before we pull these guys in?
Well, what % of men actually get custody of their children? It's 50% of their DNA. Why don't they get 50% custody?
All right, let's bring in our disagreeers.
The issue is admitting that it's still socially taboo, so they won't own up to it. But the truth is, as time goes on, the culture will shift, and women will eventually recognize the importance of male companionship. They'll talk about it as if they always knew, but deep down, it'll be clear they didn't.
Men typically get custody of their children way more often than not. When a woman rightfully and honestly gives her experience of domestic violence in the marriage, she's more likely to lose custody of her children. There is no issue with men getting custody.
That's not true.
That's absolutely
not
true. You're just making numbers out of your...
What percent of the time do men get custody of their kids?
At least 50% of the time. What you're thinking about?
That is not true.
Men don't fight for this.
I just want to hear it.
They win over 77% of the time.
No, but
90% of the cases do not even go to family court.
Yeah. No, but the question is why. And that's I had the same thought when I first heard it. I would ask, like, why aren't men fighting for custody? But the problem you get is the lawyers will tell them not to even fight because it's so expensive and you have a 10%.
That's not true.
And you have a 10%.
Men don't even
rate.
file the appropriate paperwork.
Why are you blaming feminism for that?
I found the question somewhat too vague. I mean, do feminists want to erase masculinity? It's kind of too abstract and vague to answer. So my problem is when feminists try and redefine masculinity, or they try and say, this is our interpretation of toxic masculinity as we see it. That's kind of the problem that I have. I don't like it when feminists tell men how they should feel, how they're supposed to feel. This is how your experience as a man is supposed to go. And that is where I would have the issue with that.
I would say that yes.
Masculinity allows you to reach greater depths that are beyond the superficial understanding of the current world.
So people say, oh, masculine, like men are all supposed to be masculine and women are always supposed to be feminine, as if there's no overlap. While there may be differences between men and women are average, a lot of times those effect sizes are pretty small. And to have a society where we have this rigid, like, you're a woman, therefore this is the best job for you. You're a man, so this is the best job for you. That's not how you have a flourishing society, actually based on meritocracy, where the people best suited for a particular role or a particular job or more passionate about it can go do that. So if women want to stay at home, they can. If they don't have to. Same for men.
Also, many people also have a mix of femininity and masculinity.
Exactly.
Masculinity, on the other hand, is what truly provides stability in the world. A man who embodies masculinity offers others a sense of security and clarity. When times get tough, people turn to him because they know he's the one with the answers and the wisdom to navigate through life. That's the kind of man we should all aim to be in today's world, where society is doing its best to suppress masculine energy.
On the list of things like OnlyFans, finding love, marriage, where's the marriage and the finding love at? I mean, you say you want a relationship, right?
I do. I want to find love more than anything, but like to quit OnlyFans, you know, just hoping that
That's part of anything.
Also, I think I do hope that if it's my person, like in the movies, you know, if it happens, like I'm the most incredible person in the world to them, right? So I would think that they would love me no matter what. That's what I would hope.
You realize that's a fairy tale, right?
I know I believe in fairy tales, and I don't know if it's going to exist for me.
Don't you want a guy that says, get off of that? Do you want to have kids? Like, do you want to build a life with somebody?
And that's something I don't know yet how that's going to work. I don't know how having kids and doing OnlyFans, I haven't thought that.
Am I missing something about what it's like growing up as a woman? Is there some social environment out there where these realities are not made clear? Because from where I'm standing, these seem like self-evident truths. Thanks for tuning in to MGTOW Voice. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these topics. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. We're all about healthy debate and open discussion here.